fate, calling out to the greaser.
There is nothing out there. You cannot bleed or feel the warmth of a fire. There is no pain.
The greaser, turning back briefly. It's better than hanging around you strangers.
What I've just read is from the worst script I've ever written, a short film titled We're All Pawns. As if that name couldn't be more on the nose, the story was a hybrid of Bergman's Seventh Seal and that one Twilight Zone episode. In 12 pages, I tried to explore the themes of morality, mortality, time, theology. I never made this film. It never even got off the page. But it's an example of something really valuable that I've learned from starting out in filmmaking. You don't need to fit everything in your short films. A filmmaker can actually do more with less. I'll explain this in 4 minutes. With my first short films, I tried to make featurettes. My intention was to cram in as much as possible in my stories. How do I do a plot twist? What about an unchronological story? How do I write a character who's both the hero and the villain? I wrote my scripts like this because I hoped that people would see my short and come away with the same reaction as if they had seen a feature film. But not only is this process not feasible, I found it's not even the best way of approaching short films. This is where you can do more with less, and attempting what feels minimal can have maximum impact, especially as a filmmaker starting out. Growing up, I produced projects at a summer camp I went to every year. Would you like to guess which of these 5 shorts garnered the best reception? Not the period piece western with the time jumps, not the meta story about a summer camp, and definitely not that one I rushed sound on. But my 3-minute film, made for college applications, is a favorite amongst my friends and family. The short has no dialogue and was shot in 3 hours, yet at its heart is a father and son story. See, if I tried to fit in 10 philosophies about the human condition, I would have no time to let the story just breathe and enjoy it. I can't tell you how many short films I've seen that have left a long-lasting impression on me. Because the fundamentals were not only understood, but done correctly, the story could poke at larger concepts. I'd like to shout out the film Red Guard by my friend LJ Shen-Filerman as an example of this. Link in the description, definitely give it a watch.
Will you be looking at the camera in this video too?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll
be talking.
Oh, so I'll look at the camera. I'll look at the camera.
Go for
yeah.
it.
So for Red Guard, I'd always wanted to tell a story about the Cultural Revolution. It was a period of history that I've wanted to see more on the screen, in film. But I was also faced with, how am I going to tell the story of the Cultural Revolution in 2 minutes? And also, I'm not in 1960s China, and I don't have a $120 million budget. What I thought was most important was this character's relationship with his family, and that was between his face and looking at a portrait of his family. And that's really all that mattered. By being able to make the revolution literally outside of the room, made it feel like it was coming towards him, but we didn't have to show the whole thing. We kind of let your imagination do the work. We let the audience fill in everything around us, because the audience is so smart. The audience is so smart. If you give them a sound, you give them a character, and you give them slight hints at what is in the room, they can piece together an entire story that you don't have to say anything.
It's not always about the length of a project, or the crew experience, or the budget. Maybe we need to rethink our approach and keep trying to do more with less. And progress. Thanks for watching. As I mentioned earlier, you can check out LJ's short film Red Guard in the link in the description. Also, if you'd like to see my 3-minute short film, The Big One, that's also linked. I have a new website, henryschreiber.com. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I will be uploading bi-weekly, so see you all again soon.